Ziatko, Nashla, Sasquatch. These are just a few of the many names used to describe creatures deeply rooted in the traditions of our northwest coast and inland native peoples. One such creature is more commonly referred to as Sasquatch.
The height was the first thing that caught me, and it had to be maybe between 7 and 8 feet. The other thing that seemed impossible was the length of the arms. The hands were at knee level. I think one person has asked me why I didn't shoot it, and I guess the only answer I have to that is that I had an elk tag and it wasn't an elk.
Long ago, giants walked through the stories of native people from the coast to the mountains and beyond. Some tales tell of creatures covered in hair, walking upright, who hide among the trees. Others of whistling night creatures who steal the unwary from their beds.
My great-grandmother spoke about them all the time, but as a child, I was thinking that was their way of telling us to stay close to the house and not to be wandering off. I saw a group of deer in the road, and I thought, well, I'm going to stop the truck, get out, and take a picture of the deer. But just as I was getting ready to take a picture of the deer, I hear the loudest, deepest bass voice roar I'd ever heard in my entire life. Man, this thing scared the daylights out of me. And it still gives me a cold chill racing up my spine just thinking about it.
Perhaps these creatures are just a legend, but legends have often been a way to show respect for the natural world and to acknowledge that we do not know everything about the place we call home.
If Bigfoot actually walks, and I'm not at all unconvinced it doesn't, then Bigfoot tells us this, that if the land and the waters remain robust enough to sustain the possibility of even imagining that there might be wild hairy monsters out there in those woods, then we've conserved something very special. We've conserved the possibility of wildness around us.
To this day, we share the wilderness with many creatures: eagles, deer, bears, cougars. Perhaps there are more to discover. In the deep forest of the Pacific Northwest, the boundary between myth and reality can seem as fragile as the morning mist.